Yes, welcome to this small Themify presentation. On here, I would like to give you a brief summary of the interface and benefits of Themify. And I would start here on the dashboard. Exactly. So what's really cool here is that when you want to edit a page, you don't have to go through pages in a tedious way. I mean, of course, it's possible with the other page builders too, but as an example, you have the turn on builder right up here. And the difference here is compared to, for example, compared to other providers, if I now click on turn on builder, I don't get redirected to another page or sent somewhere else and then back and forth, but I'm directly on my page. And here, of course, just like with the other page builders, there's no difference. I have the interface directly. And of course, all these block elements are quite similar in structure. Well, that's good because you don't need much training time. But what is also nice here is that for every element, I find the icon simple and straightforward. With the pen, you get the basic function for what you have entered. And when you go to the brush, you really get an extremely comprehensive, detailed way to operate it. And now here, for example, let's make a button, for instance. Then again, you have the button settings, also quite extensive, allowing for very detailed adjustments and setting everything with the brush again. And then you can even go into the submenus where you can adjust everything in detail again, really instantly, live, and very comfortably. And what's also the thing here is that there are a lot of premium plugins included, like gallery images, contact forms, and so on. So I'll get into that a bit more in a minute. Yes, what I really like here is that now I have the desktop version. Then I have the tablet landscape version. Not everyone offers that, or the portrait version. There are actually many who also look at the website in portrait format. That is also important. You can easily switch to the responsive site and set everything up very comfortably here. Yes, I definitely find that very pleasant. What they have now even newly added, for those who like to work with blocks, just like Divi offers, for example, you can also quickly and simply instantly in the switch blocks editor. And if you quickly want to see if what you've done is working, you can directly have a live preview. It's all integrated, boom, live and done. And yes, then you can either go back to the backend, meaning to the page, or if you're finished, you just hit save and close and done. Then I'd say you go to the next page, boom. Goes back to the editor, can do things again, and goes back to the backend page and finished, or just closes it and comes back. And that way he can work really quickly, even when passing projects on to clients or something like that. It's really great for editing. When you go into the backend, what's cool here is that for each page you have these page options at the bottom. That means you can adjust the layout of each individual page. Then you can also adjust the display, like how the page is customized. Do you want to have a header here without having a transparent header down here? Can you adjust it in the footer? Really very detailed. And you have this block structure here again. So this is really very, very comfortable. And for me also, exactly otherwise, here is also the 7:4 images, bam, you can get right back in. It is also fast and smooth and very pleasant to use. So exactly. Otherwise, regarding the general operation of Themify, there are really three things to pay attention to. And there's the Themify settings. Here, you can adjust everything completely. For general settings, what's also cool is that the Google fonts are directly embedded locally. You don't need an extra plugin for that. This schema microdata is embedded when you, if you want to pay attention to SEO things, then you can adjust all the default layouts here for the pages, like single post. So you can really integrate everything in great detail here. Then there's already a page speed optimization included. That means I even save on all the caching tools like before, like all the out optimize and such. I don't need any of that anymore if I have good basic performance. So if you have licensed spaced out plugins that consume a lot of performance, all that is included: browser caching, global substitution for internet protocol, CSS concentrate, www.wp images is also integrated. That means you even save the WP image plugin when you do it with Imagify or something. Absolutely great. Then here are the theme settings again. That means I can set up the complete basic configuration of my site. Site right here. So here I can specify how many footer elements and what the menu should look like. There are super many cool templates. Exactly. So there's really a lot to gain here. Almost unbelievable. And then you can even adjust the social links in the images if you want to use them here. Then you can also use hook content here if you make this special linkage. So they have super cool videos and documentation for everything on how it works. Integration API is also cool because it now includes HCAPTCHA. That means you can finally move away from Google reCAPTCHA, which is also good for the cookie banner and data protection. HCAPTCHA is also good. It works very well. It doesn't affect the loading speed of the site at all. With reCAPTCHA, I had a problem that I sometimes lost up to 30 points of loading speed just because I had integrated this CAPTCHA. And then you can add roles, and even if you want your own font. So it is very, very comfortable. Here you can set all the basic settings completely to understand it again. Otherwise, they also have an incredible number of templates here, which are really very beautiful and modern. Then you can also transfer pages, which is also cool. And exactly, the third thing that you can and should definitely adjust is the entire theme in the customizer. And here it is cool that they naturally have their own thing, and every element is also customized here. Here you can set up the complete body font, the body link, how it should look. What I also like to do is predefine the header fonts. Most of it was already good here. Then you can specifically customize the header. You also see here, when I scroll up, I have this transparent header in place. Then the sticky header can be adjusted. Also here the logo size so that it becomes smaller and so on. So this whole thing, this is the header theme. Also with the links, how it should look. Then the side logo, setting up the logo, font sizes, the links, everything. Or rather, it goes through the menu navigation. You can also here set all these colors if you want a hover effect, all these drop downs. There are also these active, or rather here the highlight link. That's this one here for me, and I have to preset it. I don't need to enter it separately into the script, I mean enter it into CSS. You can adjust everything in the mobile menu. It even shows the live preview directly here, which I also find very cool. You can adjust everything here again with the post, sidebar, footer. It's also cool that you can set those separately. Oh, here that everything is displayed here. Again, everything is selectable. So that is very cool. You can really design it very deeply and simply, which I missed with many others, where you always have to fiddle around with your own CSS things. Then of course there are the themes. Also, alternatively, you can also develop your own themes, then your own templates. I haven't done that myself, so I don't have it here now. But you can also have your own header if you want your own blog articles, display pages, or especially for the shop, which is also very cool. You can set many extensive shop features here without having to buy extra premium tools. Exactly, because then you have the CMIFI license here. This is basically the third point. So there are the settings, the customizer, and then up here you have the CMIFI license again. You can then go into themes. Here you have all the theme templates, and with the Ultra, there's already a bunch of templates in there. Oops, now the video is starting. Exactly, pre-made demos. This means there are already many cool templates in here that you can directly pull up live or use as a basis. But what I find as a top highlight, which was missing in most, is that there are many essential premium plugins here, including this professional page builder. Then, as I said, you can create your own post type builder for custom blog article display. Then you have something like tiles here. Product filter is usually a premium plugin. Then an announcement bar, which usually isn't that cool. Store locator, a good cool pop-up feature. You can also create conditional menus, audio. This includes the WooCommerce add-ons, icons, and also your own event plugin. Then there are also image add-ons here. You have Mosaic again, can lay out your own WooCommerce pages. Then again an extensive contact form, which, especially if you use something like WP Forms, you usually don't need anymore because this really works very well. So you notice you really save a lot. Many plugins here, like Premium Slider, Tiles, Premium Image Display, Pricing Table, Maps, Audios, Typewriter, so that the text is always typed like that. Infinity Post Scroller. You can also scroll horizontally, so really there's a lot more here. Really very cool. Then there is for the super pros, there are a few additional things here. Exactly, I find that really very advantageous, that you don't have to install so many extra plugins. Exactly, I just wanted to show that briefly because now I have here, for example, this is basically a pre-configured page where the complete setup is already included. When I start a new web project, it's completely ready. And as you can see, there are minimal plugins that I have here. This is really minimal. It's just because I'm not a Gutenberg fan, so I have these more extensive options when I want to change something in my text, like a text field editor. Then security, a bit of spam protection, a little bit of a bad bots tool, and of course contact. Cookie banner, well, Gutenberg rejected. Well, I only need that for myself. You can usually just toss that out. Then a privacy-free tracking tool that doesn't eat up page speed. Just turn off those annoying many emails. SSL is clear. Then a page builder, the updater. Well, you don't need that either. That's just for this site here. Backups, Yoast. And once again, Yoast is done. And with that, you truly have a clean setup that is super fast, super secure, and exactly just really nice, quick, and easy to use. Yes, especially regarding this interface. If I briefly go into the images again, this, yes, you have here, similar to the others, of course, these rows where you can insert things, but you can also completely configure everything here each time. When I go into the row, I get everything set again. When I'll do that somehow under the camera. And when I go in here, I always quickly get a preview. And there are sometimes small details in there. How do I want it? On top. Do I want it centered? I can also easily switch things by rotating, or I can simply minimize the spacing. Can even adjust it myself here. Super cool. Row options once again. This can also specify individual elements to be full width, high. I can also here for for example a one-pager, if you want to like set an anchor point, you can do that really easily here. And here again, so really every time you always have exactly the same layout and always the same operation. That's just really massively comfortable. It's also cool that you can can also hide pages. And for those who like this whole animation theme, you can really add extensive animations to each element here. And it's also very cool that this is already included here. Also things like vertical scroll, horizontal transparency, and so on. So you really have a lot of adjustment options for each element. So yes, so I hope you enjoyed this little presentation, and see you in the next video. Bye. And yes, I am curious about your feedback and eager to hear what you think about it. I would be happy if you could respond to me about this, because I am just building it up. And yes, I hope that I could help you a little with this small video. And well, otherwise I'm of course happy if you are interested, that you do it through my site, because I'm of course a fan and partner of theirs, and it would naturally support me to help the tool gain a bit more market presence. And exactly. Thank you for your interest, thank you for your time, and if you have any questions, I am always available. We can also have a little call if you need, and I look forward to further exchanges. Alright, wishing you a wonderful and successful day. Until then, yours, Dirk from Sparkway.